evening, ladies and gentlemen, and viewers of all TMNT Mad Hunters alike. This is the one and the only letdown toy reviewer, RedX Power, returning to you in this reviewing format once more with something out of the norm. And by that, I mean collectible. It's not my department of sorts, but hey, this one seems to get the job done, and I haven't even gotten to opening this toy up and messing around with it for flaws and errors. So there you go, review's over. So sorry. But it's not going to be that easy to shut me up this time, so don't you even dare click that hot back icon button just yet. Tonight, I'll be taking your attention away from the freshness that is Combiner Wars and diving headfirst into the sinkhole that is the stellar debate company that is known as Playmates Toys, with this exciting look at the next installment of TMNT merchandise in lieu of some basic figures and vehicles. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Slash, the once lovable turtle pet of the most outright hothead of the bunch himself, Raphael. Personally, my favorite of the four. Slash has been a victim of the ever-messy mutagen goo and has been transformed into what stands here in front of you. A giant blue-colored snapping turtle with radioactive spikes on the front and back of his shell to give him a more disgust look that Playmates Toys are most notably popular for. Cause as everyone should know already, living with the fantasy, kids love to toss around things that are a bit messy. Straight into what seems to be the forever trend for most toy reviewers across the tube, we now look at Slash's card back package, and even though it serves actually no place in this video, not one bit at all, this is probably the most cleanest toy packaging I have ever received in hand. No dings, edge wear, or even scratches on the bubble case. Yes, truly worth the C10 condition grade in its hands of most collectors. But for me, I have freedom written all over this, so don't stop to breathe the glory that is present here for you too long. For like every good thing, there most certainly is an ending approaching. Slash comes to you from the returning and ever so popular series of all the TMNT products, that is Mutations. And while it's nothing that we got back in our childhood days, this is certainly no objection at all. Playmates Toys has crossed corners with toy rivals Hasbro and Bandai America to present their own versions of the very questionable, yet very popular with the kiddies mixing shit up and making something even more shittier looking. In this case, they're calling it Mix and Match. Upon inspection of the figure outside of the destroyed package, Playmates Toys' quality surely does show, as Slash has a nice bit of heft to coexist with the figure's seemingly impressive sculpting. Yes, Slash comes in a variety of colors, something that another toy company needs to learn about unfortunately. But besides going off topic for a split second, apologies all round, Slash design choice are a bit lackluster, or must have broke the budget and couldn't have been completely painted all the way. However, the real disappointing part has to be that disgusting lump on the left side of his neck. Would it have really broke the budget even more to ask Playmates Toys to brush in that area with the wacky greenish yellow paint already present on this toy? I suppose so. Moving on into the articulation department now, it's not much. This figure stands with a retro 5 points of articulation pertaining at the head, shoulders, and hips. But it's certainly no strikeout, as all the moving joints are presented with a very nice universal ball socket, pretty much the pinpoint to this whole entire gimmick wave. That being said, the figure is very easily to pose, very acceptable, unlike the original one that was released last year. I unfortunately couldn't reason myself into purchasing that heap of plastic, so I'm unable to strike a side-by-side comparisons for this video, but from what I've read, it's like trying to take Spider-Bite's figure and placing him on top of the original Slash release, and there you pretty much have your side-by-side comparisons. As a matter of fact, this is the only true reason to actually obtain this figure, just because of that. This scale is a hell of a lot better and totally works when going head-to-head with your other heroes in a half shell. Aside from scale, this Slash figure is almost exactly everything that the basic figure should have been, but wasn't. The one thing that kind of bothers me in the nitpicking department is the way that his right leg is molded forward a bit and not in a complete parallel stance like his left side. While it doesn't affect the figure's stability at all, it prevents you from really posing his leg in any other place rather than doing a one leg forward and one leg back trick, or just doing the best splits that he can without trying to fall into pieces. It's a good thing that Playmates didn't skip a beat in the accessories department. Slash once again includes his signature wrecking mace that might be an upscale version of the previous release. Might be. But good luck trying to get this weapon into his hands, as time after time the gimmick to this series has interrupted me doing so, with popping off his right arm over and over in the process. On the talk over the whole mix and match routine, I'm not very fond of this concept one bit. Perhaps it would have been something very cool to me had I been a child myself, but still being a kid at heart isn't doing this series any favors. A short gimmick that guarantees countless mixing possibilities for kids may look like fun at first, but over time becomes very lackluster very quickly, just when you realize what the shell is going on here. Popping off Slash's right arm and replacing it with the additional set of what could have been a very nice Build-A-Figure of Donatello is just no fun. The fact that these figures come with an arm or leg of Donatello means no Build-A-Figure without the whole body, and leaves you with a bunch of useless limbs to which deserve a trip to the waste bin, really. In my opinion, Playmates missed out on a perfect opportunity here and should just stick with the original concept of obesity-looking transformable mutations. So I guess that will do it. So I have nothing else to say. So if you enjoyed this video, hit the like, comment, and share it with others. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel for more reviews from yours truly. And until the next video, which doesn't matter what format it comes out to be, I will see you next time. And thanks for watching.
For this mode, I do have one complaint. I have to say it. What is this? I mean, it's just... wow, I mean, that is a huge eyesore, especially when I'm just looking at this figure on my shelf. I can still see it, and it's like, wow, it's just wow.